Hi, I'm Chance Regina from Blue Competition Cycles. We're here at press camp for 2011 in lovely Deer Valley, and today I'm just going to kind of talk about our Tri line. A lot of people are already familiar with the Triad SL that we offered in the 2011 market, but for 2012 we're going to come with a second color, our special limited edition Black Ops version. You see here, one of the things that took place with this frame this year is we were able to reduce the weight from 1580 down to 1300 grams, so a significant diet for the frame. We did that through changing the layup schedule and the carbon fiber percentages that we're using. So to couple one of the fastest bikes on the market, we've given it a diet to make it even faster. Some of the features of this bike include what we call Superflow tube technology, or SFT squared. What that means is we've taken the design of the tube shapes, and rather than have the foil run in a traditional manner like this, we actually make it so it runs in the same aspect as the wind flow would be. So if you take a cross section of this, you wouldn't take it across the tube here, you would take it horizontally, and it changes as the tube goes down. We run Superflow tube technology on this bike on the fork, the down tube, the seat stays, and the back part of the chain stays. So pretty much anything that's in the wind gets the Superflow tube technology. We've come back again with the front end with a bayonet system. We looked at a lot of the integrated bikes, and one of the main things we wanted to do was make sure we kept it simple for consumers. There's a lot of really nicely done bikes out there, but they're very complicated, and when you start to look at how the front end goes together, you get to race day and there's a little problem and you need some help from a mechanic, you don't have time for 45 minutes of getting it dialed in. So we use a traditional compression top tube, top plug, but what we've done is we've come in with this 1-inch steer tube, full carbon fiber coming through, and now we have an anchor bolt that goes through the stem into the bayonet system, so it gives you 2 anchor points, which really stiffens up the front end, which is something that a lot of 1-inch bikes are missing. Couple that with a one-piece bar stem combo that comes in 80 millimeters to 120 millimeter stem lengths, and you get a lot more responsiveness to the front end of the bike. There's still a lot of adjustability here. The pads can go within 1 centimeter of each other. They have about 6 to 8 centimeters of play forward and aft, and they have 1.5 centimeters of rise as well. Currently we only offer one extension, but we're working on some additional extensions that will be in here, but they can be adjusted from the front or the back, whereas a lot of extensions on the market today you can only adjust them from the rear. We will also, in 2012, offer a stem that matches up with the custom carbon spacers here that will be face plated to work with any 31/8 base bar that you might choose to use. That stem will be available 90 through 120 sometime in early 2012. So some of the other features that we include are BB30 bottom bracket, fully internally routed cables for both the rear brake, front derailleur, and the rear derailleur. We use Gore cables that are sealed completely from the shifter all the way to the rear derailleur, and there's no fishing involved. We have this lined all the way through. You push the cable in, comes all the way out in the back end of the bike, and you can see here for the rear brake, it exits the frame and comes right down into the rear brake. One of the other things that we've done is we've gone to a 2-post brake. It increases the braking power by about 30%. Even though on a tri bike you don't really need brakes because it's about going fast, occasionally you need to be able to grab onto it and bring it to a stop. The Triad SL that you see here is a limited edition. We'll have the 2011 model in the same color will be offered as well, and it won't be quite as limited. Behind me you see a couple of other bikes that we have here. The Triad EX gets an upgrade. The frame is exact same frame, same geometry, same tool that the Triad SL is. It just doesn't utilize a bayonet front end. Same thing for the Triad SP. $2,700 for an entry-level carbon tri-bike with a carbon steer tube, BB30 bottom bracket, a bike that you can buy and grow into, add race wheels, maybe upgrade to a carbon front end as finances allow. And then we'll come all the way down to an $1,800 alloy Triad AL that still utilizes a carbon fork and a BB30 bottom bracket. Doesn't utilize the Superflow tube technology like the other 3 bikes because you can't produce that in the alloy version. But it's a complete line of tri-bikes. The Triad SL had a great start. First race out, second at Kona last year under Andreas Raelert. Heather Wortel debuted at Ironman St. George, winning and setting a course record there. Chris Gimel went to Singapore in his first ever 70.3 in his first race on the bike and smashed up the course there. So we're pretty happy with it, and we'd love to have people give it a try. One of the big things that we offer with this bike also is that you purchase this frame or this complete bike or a Triad EX in a complete bike, and we'll put you in the wind tunnel for an hour to make sure it's the fastest bike you can ride. If you want to check them out, go to www.rideblue.com.